Hello and welcome back to the Hornby Magazine workshop. Today you join myself and Mike here with something very special because it's the Avanti West Coast Pendolino. So here we are with the brand new Hornby model. Mike, what do you think?
Well, I think it looks fantastic. I've had a Virgin Trains, one of these for a long time. It's been a regular on our West Coast Cement, West Coast mainline layout. I've always enjoyed running that since I brought it out of storage, put the decoders in it, got it up and running. And to see a brand new livery on what is really quite a stunning 9-coach train is really nice to see.
I was surprised actually because it's a 2004 tooling, if I remember correctly, but with a brand new livery on it, it really brings it up to scratch.
It does. I think the Pendolino was a good tooling in the first place. I think actually it's a good looking model. It's a good looking train in the first place, which really helps. Strangely, I wouldn't have said that 20 years ago about a brand new Pendolino, but I do think it now. So, but it is. Well, I think the Avanti West Coast livery is very striking anyway. I think any piece of rolling stock would look really smart in this colour scheme.
So, Mike, what can we expect from this re-release?
Okay, so it's exactly the same as what went before in terms of mechanism, drivetrain, vehicle types as well. It's delivered either as a 4-car train pack, or you can buy individual coaches to build it up to your 9-car train. So the 4-car train pack, that has the 2 driving cars in it. It also has 2 trailers in it as well. One of those driving cars is motorised as well, so there's a motor bogie at the rear of that. It's also got all-wheel pickup as well. You get directional lighting, plus there's an 8-pin DCC decoder socket in each of the driving cars as well. So you need separate decoders for each end of the train because they're not electrically connected through the coaches.
Now, it's slightly more expensive than the previous one. It's £275-ish RRP for the 4-car set and £45 per coach. So that's roughly £500 for the full 9-car set. Worth it?
I think so, yeah. I mean, you look at this as a big, long train. I know everything is very price sensitive at the moment and people will feel that £500 is a lot of money perhaps to pay for a complete train. Then again, you look at other trains you could buy where you go buy individual items of rolling stock to add to a loco, and really we're looking at that kind of market at the moment for a full scale length train. Now obviously you do have the option, you don't have to go for the full scale length option as well. You could just opt to buy the 4-car train pack if you're, not everyone's allowed at the end of the day can handle a full 9-car Pendolino, can it? But I do think at the same time, actually it's really important and encouraging to see that Hornby is viewing trains as full formations now as well. It's like when it comes to HSTs now, we don't just see a pair of power cars come out and a couple of coaches in a similar kind of livery. We now see complete sets coming out, and they've done the same with the Pendolino as well. And that complete set thing to me, as a collector and a modeler, is equally important.
Well, complete. I'm sure people notice there's a few coaches missing from the full set. But
yes, well, actually, technically it should be an 11-car set. I keep telling people it's a full 9-car set, but actually this 390-156 is actually an 11-coach train, isn't it?
I suppose you can just add 2 more coaches.
You can add 2 more coaches and have to change the vehicle identities on them, I guess, as well, then to make them fully correct for an 11-coach train. But the 11 coaches were repeats of existing coaches in the train as well. So.
And I was going to say, regarding the price, initially I thought it was quite high, just because it's a nice big round number. And especially because we've got a 3-pole motor, traction tyres, you think maybe they could have improved that somewhat. However, like you say, compare it to other sets out there, unit sets out there, which are similar sort of RRPs, it's actually really good value.
It is, yeah. I mean,
dare I say it?
Yeah, it's difficult to quantify value. I think everyone's going to have a different opinion on what exactly value is. At the end of the day, if I wanted this Pendolino, I wanted it on my layout, I wanted the full 9-car train, the almost full but 9-car train. Yeah. I would pay the money for it. I'd go and find a way to make it happen. It's pay your money, take your choice, isn't it? It all tilts as well, which is great.
I was going to say the tilt does clip your station, but we won't be showing that in the video. You don't let me run it past it.
my station is a problem on this layout, and to be honest, someone needs to come along with a hammer and chisel, take that station out, and start again.
So, we've been meaning to do that for a while.
We have, yeah, and it keeps getting worse and worse. So we will. Probably digressing a little bit from the point of the video, but I've been bringing a little bit more modern traction stock out onto the layout because I've quite a lot of modern traction stock, and it's my latest thing that I've kind of started dabbling with again. And I've found that a lot of my Freightliner flats don't fit through my station and through my platforms, and I find it really frustrating. So don't be surprised if you come to another video soon and see that there was a station, but there no longer is a station.
But going back to the tilting, it's actually a very simple mechanism. It's just a sort of plastic triangle on some of the bogies, and it actually works very well. It's very effective.
It does, yeah. It is very effective. And I think I really like seeing this like snaking through the diversion route behind us there.
I'm annoyed how satisfying it is to watch it.
I've always found these satisfying trains to watch their model form. And again, talk for like the impact of these kind of trains. Whenever we take West Coast Cement out with the 9-car Pendolino out, it is always by a country mile the most popular train that runs. All the youngsters know it. Adults all know it as well. Everyone loves seeing that 9-coach train gliding through the layout, and it does look fantastic. So I think all credit to Hornby for having a go at doing the Avanti West Coast livery, and hopefully maybe if this sells through well, perhaps we'll see some liveries on the Pendolino as well, because actually quite a few that haven't ever been done on the Pendolino.
I was going to say, because they only did, was it 2 or 3 liveries previously?
I think it was around that mark, yeah. And I think most of them were Virgin Trains related.
Yeah.
And by Virgin Trains related, I mean early Virgin Trains as well. We've got options like you can see in our full feature in the latest issue about the Pendolino. You can see a lot of the options that are there. So there was some that ran in pure plain white at one point. There was a Virgin Trains livery which is mainly white with a Virgin swoosh across the driving cars. There's also all the individual vinyl wrapped versions as well, the advertising liveries as well. Plus, obviously, there's the Pride Pendolino as well, which is coming out now, I believe, in 2022 now as well.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, that does look. I mean, we've got a picture of that in the latest issue as well, and actually, again, the full train there with all that multicoloured livery on it, it does look fantastic as a train.
It's one of the big pluses, I think, to a modern image layout is all the colours you get with the liveries.
Yes.
So something like that is just
Absolutely.
going to be nuts. This is colourful enough, and it's just a couple of colours.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that's kind of swayed me back to a bit of modern image as well. I used to do modern image modelling actually in Engage back in the day, and that was my period, that model. It was all kind of the transition from rail freight through the early transition of load-haul mainline transrail and into EWS days as well. And I've kind of come back to looking a bit of that era and perhaps a little bit more recent as well, so a few more of the recent things there. And actually it is that colour that's drawing me in. Love my steam stuff, don't get me wrong. I'll still always be modelling steam as well, don't worry, it's not going anywhere. But at the same token, it's nice sometimes to just change things up and do something a little bit different sometimes.
I'd say it's interesting because your steam engines are usually black or green, and then this train is black or green.
Correct colours, obviously that's why it appeals.
Just like modern image now. Right, Mike, for those who want to see the full review, where can they see it?
Right, so our full review of the Pendolino is in the latest issue of Hornby Magazine. That's issue 171, our September 2021 issue. Plus, in there, we've also got a full reality check class history on the Pendolinos as well. So if you want to know more about these trains and the history, I've got some really nice shots of the different liveries they've carried over their time as well. You can see all that there with our review of the model.
I'm really hoping someone at Hornby reads that feature because of all those liveries that they could do with their tooling.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's get a very expensive collection.
Yeah, great inspiration there for Hornby for what they could do. Or if you're really, really skilled at repainting, there might be some inspiration for you as well.
That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, and I'm now itching to see that Pride Pendolino fear and finished in that stunning multicoloured livery. That's going to look great.
This one and the Pride one going against each other on West Coast Cement.
Yeah, well, that's probably what we should do for that. We should get West Coast Cement out. We'll have a Pendolino running session with the pair then. So
things we do.
Well, it's all fun, isn't it?
Absolutely. Right, I think we should get on with running this train. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.